So this is a pair of sneakers that I thought I wouldn't win. Entered all the raffles and managed to get a W from sneakers and stuff, which is nice and a good thing to always sort of see that. And these were, I feel, were quite limited. I was looking out on the ASICS website, which none came up, or maybe they came up at another time. I think they were released probably at midnight, in all honesty, today. And obviously there were sort of raffles for other places such as BSTN, and also on things like Foot Patrol and Offspring as well, but I just didn't manage to sort of see them on there, and glad I got this particular pair. And I went true to size on these, and this is the ASICS Hidden New York pair, and this like I say, it's a gel NYC. And I thought I'd show you the box for this one, because it's not like it's a special box, but it's just nodding at the fact that Hidden New York are just basically doing a design type homage. So you have like a bounding box. If you're sort of a designer, you'll recognize this. It's like a bounding box around the Hidden New York logo, and that's very much a sort of, I suppose, a design thing. So whether you're sort of using something like Photoshop, Illustrator, or even Affinity Designer, for example, you'll see this bounding box around the text to basically be able to sort of resize it and move it, etc. And then it's also got this sort of mouse pointer as well, so that kind of just basically signifies that. And then if you look at the logo on here as well, the H logo, it's done in that sort of canvas background that you see on any kind of design apps, and it's just sort of like to sort of signify a transparent background. So it's just got those sort of cool touches on the box. Nothing's too special. I'm not sure what this one means, but I think it's probably just the code name for this particular sneaker or some sort of location. And then the inside as well, it's got the Hidden New York mantra, which is past, present, and future. It's a cool box, and it's got the canvas sort of imprint as well inside. And you also get some laces with these as well, which is this sort of grey, almost sort of giving trail shoe vibes, because it's like a round rope lace type situation. So, which is nice, but I'd still probably go with the white pair that are in there at the moment. And these are the sneakers, and as you can see on the laces on these ones, they're white, but they have like a silver tip, which is really cool. And they haven't done anything too special with this particular sneaker, in the sense that it's not like using premium like magic materials, or where it's just over the top type situation in terms of like its design. But I think what they have done is basically a bit of restraint, really. So it's where I suppose the design needed to happen. So with the colorway, for example, it's very much a Y2K colorway. So you got the white, silver, and the green, and they've kind of done minimum sort of changes to it, like I say. So on this right side, the right sneaker, it's got the logo on both sides, where it's this sort of pixelated version, again to sort of signify sort of digital design. And then on the heel, you can see it's also got the transparent background pattern as well, which is a nice nod. On my pair, I just noticed I've got this mark, which I'm slightly upset about, but I'm not going to make too much of a big deal of it. I think it would just be my pair that's happened to, because I didn't see it on the other side of the other sneaker. And then you've got the H logo on the tongue as well, which is cool. And then, as you can sort of see on the inside, it's got basically the transparent background as well on the insole. And so it's just a cool looking sneaker in that respect, so quite sort of classic looking. And then on the other side, it's basically got the H logo on the heel area, and then with the bounding box around it. And it's pretty much the same, and I think the only difference is you can probably see that it was quite sort of subtle. So on this one it says gel, which is what you'd have on a normal pair of NYCs, and on this one obviously it's the transparent background, which I sort of said earlier. And it's got the Hidden New York written on this loop area to get your heel in, so pull strap. And the last one is the H logo inside there as well, and you can probably see the ASICS and the H logo on the tongue being swapped around. So yeah, it's cool. But overall, like I say, it's not nothing special, but I like the way they've done the collab as well. It's just cool and quite sort of neutral and quite sort of restraint, but at the same time they pop, especially like one to sort of have during the sort of spring summertime. And for some reason, I don't know what they've done with the colorway, but this particular silhouette looks less aggressive. We're using this sort of colorway because some of the other pairs that I've seen, they look very sort of aggressive on foot. Well, so this one, they've kind of sort of tapered it down somewhat to basically resemble a lot of the other sort of Y2K runners. So yeah, really nice shoe in my opinion, and I'm glad I got the retail W on it. So here are the details for the ASICS Gel NYC Hidden New York. It comes in a white, green and metallic silver colorway. And these have gel cushioning in the heel and also in the forefoot with an EVA midsole. And it has a plastic TPU plate on the outsole. And it's made up of all synthetic materials. And the price was £165. So with the comfort and sizing, I think these are on the soft to medium side in my opinion, and they feel like nice on foot and quite sort of neutral, and I feel they're quite sort of similar to a New Balance 1906R. And like I say, they feel sort of really neutral on foot, and the gel material is kind of on the outside of your heel and forefoot, but that provides a nice little bit of cushioning and a little bit of a soft landing, especially sort of when you're walking, and it just feels quite sort of nice on foot. And there's no sort of wearing time with these because of the predominantly mesh upper. And in my opinion, with ASICS, I even though I have like a wide foot, I think true to size works for me, especially with some of these runner models. They seem to have enough room for me, so you might find that they fit slightly a little bit too big, but I wouldn't say to go down half size in that still regardless. And they have good traction as well because it's a runner at the end of the day, so you'd hope it would have, and it's quite sort of chunky. So with the look and style, I like the classic Y2K colours on this one. So the silver metallic and the white and green, which can be pretty much swapped out for any other colour. And this one has sort of the sporty look, so even more so, and because of the sort of bright sort of silver colour and the green, it does give that sort of vibe. And it's a good one for sort of spring summertime really. The mesh on this is very breathable, so I personally wouldn't wear these sort of autumn winter time. And I feel because of the shininess of the trainer, the silver hits on there and the green, it's just a good one for sort of casual wear in my opinion. It just works nice with some joggers and shorts. And the white laces work with it, and then you can also go green and also like a sail pair if you wanted to. So with the final thoughts, I think it's a great collab in that respect that they've kind of done enough to make it a Hidden New York collab. And they've chosen the right model, obviously being a gel NYC, and for that reason I think it just works well. It's not like too much, and it's just enough. And I also like the classic colours on this as well, so being sort of white, silver and green, it just works anyway. I think you can put that on pretty much any silhouette and it will work. And it's a good sort of homage to digital design, so that's one of the things about this collab is that they've got good sort of storytelling, and I, obviously being a designer, it's one of those ones where I kind of sort of resonate with it quite a bit. So for me, it's a cool collab. And I like the neutral comfort as well. So it's one of those trainers like similar to a 1906R. It just feels very sort of easy to wear really. The gel on the heel and also on the forefoot feels really nice, especially for cushioning. It's not like an Air Max unit. It's more sort of on the softer side, and it kind of sort of gently eases your foot when you're sort of walking. And they feel very lightweight on foot as well, so I think in that respect they're quite sort of nice to sort of have to sort of walk around in. So with the cons, I think with this pair, £165, the materials on this doesn't really justify paying that premium. I think what you're paying for is pretty much the name, because I think even the changes that they've made, they aren't kind of anything too lavish. So, but in that respect, I think it's probably £20–30 price too high. But with the ratings, I give the look and style a 5 out of 5. I think it looks really nice as a sneaker, and it's a classic runner vibes, like I say. And with this one, because of the design sort of elements on there, like the bounding box around the H logo on the heel, and then you got the pixelated ASICS branding, it just looks really cool. And the comfort, I give that a 5. I think the NYC is quite sort of similar to the 1906R, so it's very sort of soft, neutral comfort. And it's one of those ones where you can sort of walk around in this particular sneaker all day and be okay. And the quality, like I said earlier, it's just predominantly sort of a mesh and sort of synthetic material, so there's nothing special, and it's made very well. The only thing that I noticed on mine, I had like a bit of a mark on the back of on one of the trainers on the midsole, so that's the only thing. But I don't think that's anything major to sort of worry about. I think it's just one of those things that's just probably knocked with my particular pair. And like I say, the pricing is just a little bit too high, but at the end of the day, you're paying for a collab, so I guess it's expected. But I'd rather be paying a lower price, in all honesty. But overall, I still give the pair a 5 out of 5. The fact that it's like a solid pair, it's very much part of this Y2K sort of runner series, and the colorways really work, and the details of the collab itself, being sort of focusing on digital design, it just works really well in my opinion. So I think for me, it's a great sneaker.